Hi. You're watching a recording today because I was called to do a meditation and breath work for a group of people yesterday on our Mindset Monday around the time that I was supposed to be on. And it was just an opportunity that I could not um, give up. So I decided to do a recording to make up for yesterday because I did have a topic that I wanted to talk about, and it was what we always talk about, and it's shifting your mindset, right, to be successful with your business. Now, why is it that all of the coaching programs or any type of teaching or business coaching that you're going to come across always begins with mindset? Why is that? Because without the right mindset, nothing else is going to work. None of the physical applications are going to work if you don't have the right mindset, right? Now, I want to share with you. I'm really excited because I want to share with you some things that's really helped me when it comes to shifting my mind, so that I can actually create more of the success that I want. Right now, this stuff really helped me. It's also everything that I've read and studied that's helped many successful people to build the businesses of their dreams. And it's what's helped people to write books and get them published and turn them into bestsellers. It's the same stuff that helps a lot to achieve some of their biggest goals in life. All the stuff that's on their vision boards. So I'm really excited to be sharing this with you. And it's not anything that I haven't shared before, but I like to put it in different ways, kind of like putting puzzle pieces in different formations, because some ways that work for other people don't work for some. Does that make sense? I think I botched that up. But what works for some people doesn't work for others, essentially. But it's all the same information, right? So it's just a matter of your perception and kind of how to shift that, how that works for you. Everybody's different. So I'm giving you the same information, but just giving you different modalities to use it, right? So again, a lot of this is what I've shared with you before, and I'll continue to share it with you. And if you just commit to putting these rituals into practice, I'm confident that your life is going to change and you're going to find that success that you've been looking for. So one of the first things that I went through during our Mindset Mondays was the mental toughness tactics that were developed by SEAL team members, right? Now, as I've shared before, SEAL training this is one of the greatest mental challenges anyone could ever undertake, right? SEAL training is 18 months long, so it's all about discipline. When I was going through the mental toughness tactics, we talked about trust, we talked about accountability, we talked about mental fortitude, and there's a very, very high attrition rate, right? Only about 10% ultimately graduate from SEALs, right? And they become SEALs. But the first 6 months of that 18 month training is called BUDS, which stands for Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL. And the first 3 weeks of BUDS are leading up to Hell Week, which is what everybody talks about when they talk about SEAL training, right? And those 3 weeks are no joke either, obviously. They're just as bad as Hell Week, but you get to sleep a couple hours a night, right? Then you have Hell Week, right? And that Hell Week is where you weed out the rest of the trainees, the rest of the class, right? By the end of Hell Week, 80% of the class is gone when Hell Week starts, right? Now, the great thing about um, right before Hell Week is that it really shows you, it gives you a really good idea of who's going to make it and who's not, because there's just a couple of required items that everyone has, and they aren't allowed to bring anything else, right? So guys will quit minutes into the initial like breakout. So it's the anxiety that kills them, right? It's the anxiety that knocks them out quick. Now, the ones that actually get through, right? If there was a single question that you can ask someone to measure how resilient they're going to be in Hell Week, you should ask them what they're responsible for, right? So we talk a lot about taking accountability, and well, first it's awareness, right? Awareness of what's holding you back, and once you become aware, then you can be held accountable and take responsibility for that, right? So the question you want to ask to see who's going to like make it through, or to get a better idea of that, is to ask someone like what they're responsible for. And what you find is that even in the most difficult situations, when you look at the stories of people who've been, say, for example, POWs, prisoners of war, or people who have like survived really rough situations, what they say is they're responsible for their thoughts, right? I'm going to take control of my thoughts, or something like I'm going to take control of the way I breathe, right? Remember what I say all the time, CTC, control the controllables. So there are certain things, even though certain, like their freedom has been taken away from them, they have the ability to control something, right? So, and that's very important. And when you focus on actually taking control of something, CTC, then what happens is your circle of control begins to widen and widen and widen. Then people start to see that, even in the face of difficulty and hardship. For example, if you're going through that with your business, you start to see that there is a way for you to build power and to live a purposeful life. So the first step when it comes to shifting your mindset is to actually, like I said before, create an awareness around where you are right now. Okay? So what's your current mindset? Ask yourself, what's your current mindset like, right now? So there's this really powerful intuitive journal exercise that I absolutely love to do. And this is what really helped me to create awareness around what's going on in my life and how I'm feeling right now in this moment about the thoughts that I've got going on in my head, right? Or the situation that I'm in, the circumstances I'm in. So I want you to just take some time with a pen and paper, go somewhere quiet, go outdoors, wherever it feels good. Give yourself permission to just sit down and spend some time tuning in with yourself and writing about how you're feeling and what's going on internally. Okay? So I want you to ask yourself a few questions. I want you to ask yourself the question, how am I feeling right now? Ask yourself the question, what is my mindset like right now? And I want you to start writing and just let the words flow, right? This is just going to be like a free write. Just let the words flow. Try not to think too much, and just create awareness of what you are currently experiencing and what your current mindset really is. You gotta get really honest with yourself, and that can be really difficult for some people. But you got to write down the good, the bad, the ugly. It's all about being really honest with yourself. All right. So the second step, once you've done that, is to actually take a look at what shifts you actually need to make, right? So as part of the intuitive journal exercise, I want you to write down your biggest struggles. What are your biggest struggles right now? with your life or your business. We're specifically talking about the business since this is for the OGC Mindset Monday, but this works for all aspects of your life, right? So what are your biggest struggles right now? What are your biggest mindset sticking points, right? For example, maybe you've realized that you actually have this really deep-seated feeling that you're just not good enough, okay? Or maybe it's that you actually are really stuck because you feel embarrassed to put your idea out there, right? Or your posts out there, which a lot of people have trouble with, right? Being judged by friends, family, people out there they're going to discover your business. Like, oh my God, is this really me, right? There's a lot of fear behind that. So whatever it is, ask yourself, why? Why do I feel like this, right? And then quiet it down, and then just write those answers. It could be something like, I really feel like I'm not good enough for this right now, or I'm feeling overwhelmed and totally confused by things. Whatever it is for you, I want you to write it down. Then ask yourself, why do I feel like this, right? And as you go, I want you to just keep asking yourself questions, keep asking yourself questions to help you basically peel back the layers of that onion, right? Of that onion that is you, right? Because we have spent so much time putting these layers on us, and then when we get down to the nitty gritty, when we're trying to create something that's our own, it really doesn't work because we don't really know who we truly are. So this is going to help you get clarity on that. You're figuring out, why is it that you feel like you're not good enough? What is truly going on that is causing those feelings? A lot of times we think of overwhelm or not feeling good enough, and we think that's the problem. But when we do this journal exercise, we actually realize that there's something else going on. There's something underlying, right, underneath all those layers. And that the real issue is usually deeper, and it could be that you discover something that happened, 3 years ago that you didn't even realize. We've had discussions about childhood trauma. It could be something in your childhood that you haven't realized that you haven't dealt with yet, right? And whatever those things are, that could be what's having a huge impact on how you're actually feeling, and the mindset that you're actually keeping today, right? In your business, your life, whatever. So doing this exercise helps you to uncover what's really going on. So keep asking yourself questions to dig deeper and deeper and deeper, right? So that you can really uncover why you're feeling the way you're feeling, or why you have certain fears or doubts or worries, right? Or why you're so challenged that you're not really, you're really challenged by looking inward, right? So once you've done that, the first step after that is to look at what you need to shift into, right? Version 2.0, right? So what does the solution look like? So if, for example, okay, I keep feeling like I'm not good enough, and I feel like I'm not good enough because I realized that when I was a kid, the teachers at school kept telling me that, I was stupid and I wasn't good enough, and that I was never going to be good enough, or whatever it might be for you, okay? So then, what is the solution to that? What is the solution so I don't let this hold me back anymore, right? So this exercise is going to allow you to get really clear on the solution, okay? So altogether, this exercise, there's 4 steps, okay? I'm gonna lay it out for you, and I'll put this in the comments as well. But the first step is to create that awareness of your current mindset, right? So as we've talked about before, and we all know this, any sort of change starts with awareness, and it starts with clarity, right? So this is all about getting clear about where you're at and what your mindset is like, right? And this is why the intuitive journaling exercise is so powerful, right? It's going to really help you create awareness around what's going on in your life, how you're feeling, and how that's showing up in your business, okay? So we talked about taking the first step, writing all that down, asking yourself the questions, how am I feeling right now? What's my mindset like? And then, to write without filtering or thinking, just like put it all on the paper. And the intention is to just create that awareness, right? Around what you're currently thinking, good, bad, and ugly, right? And being really honest with yourself. Second step is about the shift, right? Discover the shifts that you need to make. Okay, so as part of the exercise, writing down your biggest struggle right now. What is your biggest mindset challenge, right? Whatever is bubbling underneath the surface for you in terms of the mindset blocks, the doubt, the worry, the fear, all that stuff, right? Why do I feel like this? Now, also, I want to add that you guys, if you do discover anything that you haven't been aware of before, and you need a little bit more clarity or ways to get more clear on that, please feel free to put in the comments what that is, and I will give you, more tools that will help you get more clarity around it. All right. So whatever it is, write down whatever comes to mind, as long as you go along, and then keep asking yourself, why do I feel like this, over and over and over again, right? And as you continue to ask this question and dig deeper, you're going to start peeling back those layers, like I said before. Now, really often we think our surface feelings are the issue, right? And then after doing this, you're going to find that the majority of those, in fact, it's the experiences and the memories or the negative beliefs that you've been holding on to. Those are the things that are going to start showing up, right? And those are the things that you're going to realize are affecting you and your business, right? Now, it could be something that happened 3 years ago, like I said. It could be something that happened in your childhood. So these are the things that we want to start looking for and asking ourselves the questions to get down to the core of it, right? So it's about figuring out why you're really feeling the way you are so that you can do something about it. Now, step 3, there's only 4 steps. Step 3 is to look for the solution. Once you have the answers to these questions and you've discovered what's truly affecting your mindset in the present, and keeping you stuck, you're going to start looking for the solution. So get clear on how you can move past the mindset block and not let it hold you back anymore. So using this journaling exercise or this journaling method, it's simply think of it as a brainstorming exercise, right? You're brainstorming all the ideas that you can think of for moving away from the negative mindset and towards a positive mindset, right? And step number 4 is to create your daily rituals for a growth mindset. Now, we all know how important consistency is. Nothing changes without consistency, right? So once you've created awareness and understood the mindset shifts that you need to make in order to create more success in your life, it's time to put that all into practice and start shifting daily into that version of yourself, right? This strategy is going to help you implement the steps you need to take to make those shifts on a daily basis, right? Once you get the clarity on it. So your daily rituals for a growth mindset are the actions and the tasks that are going to help you step away from self-limiting thoughts and step into a place where you're just full of confidence in what you're doing and your purpose or your goals or your objectives that you set for yourself, right? This is about the practices that will shift you into a positive frame of mind that enables you to take the action that you need to create that success, right? Now, part of this is visualization. These are things that I've talked about before and that are extremely powerful. So it's very important to kind of respect the process and really implement it into your day-to-day. So visualization. A great ritual for a growth mindset is visualization, which involves taking 5 minutes every day to close your eyes and connect with the version of success that you hold for yourself, right? The point is to visualize that dream or goal vividly, you know, and not as if it's going to happen, but as if it's already happened, right? And you want to connect with how it feels to have that reality, right? So instead of spending your days, just consumed by self-limiting mindsets, or like, I know it's easier said than done, but when you open your eyes and you look around you, you're not where you want to be. This is why visualization is such a powerful tool. You get to close your eyes and visualize where you are as if you're there now, right? So it helps you immerse yourself into a mindset that connects you with what it is that you actually want to make happen, okay? Now, you want to also set intentions. Another really effective ritual for a growth mindset is to set intentions every day. This involves getting really clear, again, clarity, on what it is that you want to achieve, where it is that you want to go, right, with your business. What are the things that you want to make happen, and the actions that you need to take to make that happen, right? Success doesn't happen by accident, right? It's something that we have to create on purpose. So this is a way to get intentional about it every single day. And the great thing about being with OGC is that you have the blueprint laid out for you, and you have people there to the support to pretty much map that out for you on a daily basis, right? Which brings me to my next part of that, is finding inspiration. And there's tons of inspiration here. Listening to inspiring podcasts, watching inspirational videos, reading books to help you expand your mind and get you away from that limiting mindset. Another great ritual to practice. I spend 10 to 20 minutes every day reading something, right? Reading something that puts me in that mindset. Once you have a list of those rituals, right, that you want to put into action, schedule in the time to practice them every single day, right? And you're going to start by challenging yourself to just stick to the process for just 7 days, right? Then challenge yourself to stick to it for 14 days, then 30 days, and just keep doing it over and over and over again, right? Simple concept, not easy, not easy. Simple, not easy. Now, you just have to implement it every day and be consistent with it until it just naturally becomes part of your daily habits, right? So practicing daily success rituals is going to make a huge difference in your mindset, right, over time. And if you stick to the process, you're going to start seeing positive mindset manifestations, right? You're going to, not only in your business, but you're going to start seeing it in your confidence, right? The actions that you take, as well as the success that you start seeing manifest in your business, right? So again, please leave a comment and let me know, what are those biggest mindset blocks that you're struggling with? If you don't want to leave in the comment, feel free to, DM me. That's fine. Also, what mindset shifts do you know that you need to make to create the success that you're looking for in your business, right? So, again, these are some of the most important things to get into the habit of doing, to kind of shift into that person that's going to find the success in the business, right? It was challenging for me to get into, to create my own ritual and to get into it. I remember it was probably weeks before I actually started taking action on what I had set up for myself. I remember making lists all the time. I was a list maker, right? I'd make lists all the time. I'd schedule out my day the night before. And this is before, I ever practiced anything like this. And then I'd wake up in the morning and I wouldn't do it. Like I'd see the list and I'd be like, I wouldn't do it for whatever reason. I was just so stuck in the old ways. But that old version of yourself isn't the version that you need that's going to be successful, right? Because if it was, you'd already be successful and you wouldn't need to be listening to me right now, right? Well, so act as if, right? You need to shift into that person until it becomes naturally who you are. So I hope this helps. Again, I do apologize for not making the Mindset Monday live yesterday, but I still felt that this was very important for you guys to see. Please share in the comments what you've discovered, and let me know if this helps you out. All right, guys, go out there and kill it this week. I know you will, and I'll see you next Monday for Mindset Monday. All right, take care.